So now that you've listened to the article, we're going to answer the questions on our game page. After we do that, we're going to do a couple other activities. And remember to think back to things that you heard when I was reading you the article. Here we go. The directions on our game page say, choose the pictures about Greta Thunberg and Earth. That's the article we just finished listening and reading. Okay. The first one is protest. The next one is climate change. Then we have tools. Then we have important. So let's go through and think about each one. The first one's protest. We know that she led some protests, which means to be against something and to make people aware of things in her article. So protest is definitely one. Our next one is climate change. That's the weather in a certain area changing over time due to pollution. So we're going to click that one because that was definitely a big thing about her protests. Tools weren't really in there. So we're going to see if maybe the next one fits, because we know there's 3 we need to choose. Our third one is important. The work that she was doing was very important, so we're going to click that one. There you go. All right, so now let's look at our next row. Rows go across. Our first one is speech. She gives speech to lots of adults, and we definitely heard that in our story, so we're going to pick speech. The next is brave. She's brave to be able to give those speeches and to stand up for something she believes in. So we know that one is also part of the story. Then we have protect. She wants to protect the earth, which is where we live, from pollution and people not treating the earth the way that they need to take care of it. So we're going to click on that one. In our story, we did not see a book corner. So we know that a book corner is not something that we have to deal with. So now let's look to our next one. The first one is a recipe box. Now, while we always have a recipe that goes along with our News2You article, a recipe box is not something that was part of the actual article. So we'll go on to our next one. Our next one's idea. She had an idea that she wanted to make change. So that is exactly what she was going to do. So idea was definitely in there. So we're going to click that. The next one is pollution. She was worried that pollution would create climate change. So pollution is definitely one that we should pick. So we're going to click that one. After pollution, we'll go to earth. Earth is what she was trying to protect. She had an idea that she needed to protect the earth from pollution. So we're going to put earth, which is the planet that we live on. All right, so let's go on our last row going across. We have weather, dinosaurs, think, and law. The first one is weather. Climate is weather in a certain area for a long period of time. So weather is definitely part of this article. So our next one is dinosaurs. I didn't remember seeing anything about dinosaurs in our article, so we're not going to have dinosaurs as a selection. Let's look at our other 2 choices and see if they're a better fit. The next one is think. She, in the article, had to think about what she could do to protect the earth. So think is definitely part of our article. And the last one is law. A law is something that people follow because it's an important rule. So we are going to select law because that is a big part about this. So I'm going to click that. Very good. So now we've finished our game page. Did you come up with the same answers that I did? I am glad that you were paying attention when we did our article. I will see you again for some other activities for our weekly theme of Greta Thunberg and the Earth.